Alright, look. So the story takes place in 7th grade. Ironically, the story doesn't take place in school, rather after school. But for some odd reason, my memory pertaining to my childhood remembers things by grade rather than age. I don't know. Get used to it, bro. Alright, bang. So I had a homie that was in my squad. I'll call him D. D was from New York and one of the first friends I'd ever made. That being said, ride or die bros for life. Y'all know the count. I think that's really what the story is about. But yeah. So none of the homies I rock with were model children. I was actually the good one that kept or tried to keep the hoodlums out of trouble. Anyways, D had this problem. His hands were sticky as meaning he stole a lot. Every store, broke or ballin', broski had to steal. Making that relevant, literally every day after school in 7th grade particularly, this man would find some way to scheme me into walking to what we'll call DG to go rob them of all the snacks. Let me explain. DG was relatively 15 minutes walking distance from our bus stop where we'd get dropped off after our after school activity. Now your boy is a young jack of many trades. I'm a quick learner, and if I give up enough, I master, and if I'm not the best among the top, I'm climbing the ladder till I get there. No cocky. I was in the sport no matter the season. Also in after school clubs and it. My boy, on the other hand, stayed back to play computer games in the computer teacher's class for after school year and played floor hockey for the other. At first I thought, that isn't D's crowd. He must be scheming, which he was, but those are other videos and stories. It only occurred to me after about the 40th time. I'll say again that we went every day. I figured out that he did it so he could wait on me, so we could go be criminals. Well, I can't watch, but accessory, you know. By this particular day, I had my job down pat, but nothing compared to the master thief I was rolling with. We would walk in and be out 10 minutes tops, 2 backpacks full of snacks, dog. Anything you could want, fam. We were the snack sellers in school. Like, bro, we would sell out every day, and by night, we had full inventory again. I don't think I ate real food more than twice a week. 2 meals be straight snacks. Now, this day was during winter, so I was coming out of wrestling practice and he was coming out of computer game playing. Yeah, anyway, since it was winter, it was dark already by the time we got out, but the day was like any other. Made bank in school, good practice, good walk there. It was when we got in the parking lot that things got bad. The first step D takes into the parking lot. This is here. I was a bit behind him and didn't see anything but an empty lot from my point of view, but my first step into the lot showed me that lone car that was in it. It wasn't really anyone to be afraid of. She was an older woman, mid-50s, and that's pretty much all I have to say for real. She wasn't even a manager, just a cashier, but unlike the other employees, she gave a f. We typically would expeditiously do our thing and get out, but as soon as we walk through the doors, all she says is, "No!" Then they start their typical argument. Random shouts and slurs. She threatens to call the cops. He pulls out some money, and usually he proceeds to the aisles and I follow, but something told me to chill one sec. Usually she would hang the phone back up after the argument, but this time she didn't. In fact, she had a gaze in her eyes that were fiery and fed up. I stayed by the door this time as D racked up, and even after I shouted, "Bro, let's go," she called the boys. He ignored. She had already given descriptions by the time he was done, and he tried to buy something as an alibi, but instead he's talking ish while she's on the phone with the police, so I pull him out the door. This guy picks up a huge rock off the ground and beams it through her car window, and I'm like, "What the fuck?" before we take off. We knew a back way that we'd take after being criminals to get to the main street in which we'll have to cross in order to get to our neighborhood, aka Safe Haven. As soon as we begin to cross the street, we see the flashing lights come on. We dart into the traffic and formulate a plan that D will run behind a huge old building and hide with the merchandise, and I will handle the boys. They stop me in the parking lot of said building and begin to question me. I give them a shrug, and before I can say anything, all I can hear is, "Keon!" from behind me. I look back to see this idiot booking it across the parking lot, man. Like I still to this day don't know why he did it. The cops hop back in their car and chase him, so I just continue walking, confused. About 3 minutes later, I hear it again. "Keon!" I look to see D moving down the sidewalk, 2 cops chasing him. I'm speechless, just watching. He ended up dropping the bag and he had no choice but to give. I went home. I never asked him what happened, nor did he ever bring it up. and we still went back after 3 days to regular scheduled programming. Moral of the story? I don't even know. Don't question another's movements, only your own? Yeah, let's go with that. Gucci! Sup fam, my name is Keon, but I go by DvpeKing, 24 years old from sunny Virginia Beach. I got a fire sparked inside of my soul from watching these videos on YouTube, these animated stories. This is my first one. I am doing it off my iPhone, so please bear with me. Please like the video if you enjoyed it, and please subscribe, turn on your notification bell so you can get notified as more stories drop. I can promise you good stories with twists, drama, and comedy. Help me get Team Dope jumping. Thank you so much, and stay blessed.